Love one another. Today, the seventh Sunday of Easter, we are in post-resurrection times. We just celebrated Ascension Thursday, and we look forward to Pentecost Sunday, a week from today. We hear in the Acts of the Apostles today, Peter in the midst of the brothers, stand up and ask for someone to come forward to take the place of Judas. And Matthias, whose feast day was this past Friday, Matthias is the one chosen to join the other 11 apostles. Over these past few weeks, we have heard many stories about the disciples going out and loving everyone, even among those who had put them down or persecuted them. They continued to love everyone whom they met and to remain with God in their hearts. And yet, even though we were in post-resurrection times and we continue to hear the readings from the Acts of the Apostles, the lectionary offers us a gospel reading today that goes back to Jesus' last days before his death. In John's gospel, we listen to Jesus as he speaks as intercessor, with words addressed not to his disciple, but to his Father in heaven, right before he makes his final journey to God. Further, in Jesus' prayer of petition, there contains many phrases reminiscent of the Lord's Prayer, as he lifts his eyes to heaven and says, "Holy Father, keep them in your name that you have given me, and keep them from the evil one." He prays to the Father that his disciples be in the world, but not be part of it. He prays that his disciples will continue his ministry, his teachings, and that they will be consecrated in the truth. In this gospel reading by John the Apostle, it ties right back into the second reading today, the first letter of John, written by the same John the Apostle. And so, in our three readings, we have Jesus praying for his disciples for continuation of the church. We have the disciples in Acts bringing on a 12th apostle for the continuation of the church. And in John's first letter, his purpose is to continue to deepen the spirituality and the social awareness of the Christian community. John says, "No one has ever seen God, and yet if we love one another, God remains in us, and his love is brought to perfection in us." This is exactly what Jesus was teaching us in speaking to his Father in heaven. Jesus prays to his Father. The Father and Son become one. And he prays that his disciples, and really all of us, that we come together as one with God by loving one another. So let me try to bring it home for you right here in our parish community. Over the past few weeks, I have witnessed the love of Christ through the love of one another right here in our Holy Family Parish. I saw a young woman approach a gentleman in our parish who had lost his wife. She said to him, "How are you doing?" And she listened. And then she said, "May I give you a hug?" I witnessed our parish community come together in prayer and witness when 3 young adults in our parish were confirmed, and when 2 young children received their first Holy Communion. I know of a man in our parish who spends hours upon hours making rosary beads so that we will be blessed. And then we, in turn, can go out and bless others. I saw a parishioner give a stranger holy oils and a prayer card in hopes she could be healed. I attended a funeral here in our parish, and I was amazed at the love and support of our parish community. And I have witnessed our own Father Peter be a holy example in touching our hearts through his homilies. No one has ever seen God. Yet if we love one another, God remains in us, and his love will be brought to perfection in us. We live in and among some difficult times in our world, but I truly believe that if we turn to God, we can be in the world and yet not be a part of it. We can love where no love currently exists. Let us now turn our attention, our focus, and our love at Christ's sacrifice at the altar. Let us come together as a community and as the disciples did when Jesus taught them the Lord's Supper. Let us come together when we pray the Lord's Prayer together. And when we leave today, let us love one another, so Christ's love will be brought to perfection in each one of us. May you have a blessed day.